Hello guys! Let me introduce myself. My name is Putri Nabila Arofa. In today's lesson, we are going to learn about defining and non-defining relative clauses. What they are? Keep watching till the end.
Okay, let's start with what is clause. A clause is any group of words that contains a subject and a verb. A clause also can be a sentence, or a clause can be part of a sentence. I will give the example from a clause. Here, I can cook very well, but I make quite good pancakes. I can cook very well is a clause. I make quite good pancakes is a clause too. They are main or independent clauses. Each clause has a subject, I, and verb. Here, cook and make. Next, relative clause. Relative clause is a clause that starts with a relative pronoun. And what is a relative pronoun? Relative pronoun is when for times, who or whom for people, where for places, whose for possession, which for object, why for reason. And we have two types of relative clauses. They are defining relative clauses and non-defining relative clauses. And here the difference between defining relative clause and non-defining relative clause. First is, if defining relative clause used to provide essential information, but if non-defining relative clause is used to provide extra or non-essential information. Okay, the second is no commas are used for defining relative clause and commas are used to separate the relative clause for non-defining relative clause. And the third is relative clause cannot be omitted if defining relative clause is subject. But if non-defining relative clause is relative clause can be omitted if there be subject. And the fourth is relative pronouns in the objective case can be omitted, and non-relative pronoun can be omitted if they are non-defining relative clause. And the last is that for defining relative clause that can be directly used, and that can be replaced who, whom, and which. But if they are to be non-defining relative clause, that can be used, and which can be used in a place of that. Okay, this is the example from defining and non-defining relative clauses. If there are no commas, that is defining relative clause. But if between commas there is non-defining relative clauses.
Okay guys, maybe that's all from me. And last, I wanna say sorry, and I hope you can learn from my video, and see you.